So when a nation is shown, when mothers and children are not without a father, you don't look at the neighbors. You look at the father of the land. That's what I prayed for the short-legged man.
Yeah.
Not to leave us when we are aware. When we are, at least me, I am aware that he can leave us. It is not unaware again. So I pray for the president of South, East, Central, North, Sudan, but standing in Southern Sudan, but standing. I don't know whether all these other areas carry president taller by appearance than the one who is now in the southern part. If you are taller than them, or it is you I'm praying for. I pray for the tallest mountain in Sudan not fall upon my children. Without him, listen to this word, it is good for those who love intercession. Without him, this nation is going to fall into hands of true Arab-controlled territories. It will become an Arabic nation without this short-legged man in Sudan, the father or the president of Sudan now, South. Without him, that nation will become an Islamic state. It has outlived all these wars because they carried a leader who loves God, who loves. But as it is, say as it is, in Ghana, where people who are standing or aspiring to cause the land to have mercy of God, they too have their gods. They believe will support them. When Moses has already received the command to break them, this is danger. If you have been waiting for your uncle, say your uncle, to help you become a leader in this land of Ghana, and Moses comes saying, I silence every idol pillar in Ghana that supports the land to remain naked before God. I pray that God doesn't use anger, but use Moses, who knows the difference between anger of God and the love of God when liberating a nation. When liberating, Father will decree as your sons on this land that let there be joy. I'm not praying for peace. Peace is for those who are leaders. Joy is for those whom God is bringing up to become relevant in society. So I pray for very tall than Garanga in the bed. I pray for this tall-legged man, though old, though what? May not see this cry in his heart. So there is this man, they say it's called Mahama, or Mahema, I don't know if he's South African by character. I don't know where he was born, but he looks old, like Museveni, by appearance. But by love, he is younger than Moses. Moses loved children of Egypt and allowed God to use him to take them to a new land. Without Moses, even Joshua couldn't have managed to make them rich. May God give him a chance to act as a Moses in Ghana. So that these other pillars, Moses is humbling now. See how I humble these pillars. They have a big witch doctor in their home. True one. Very big one. When he talks, wind comes. When he smiles, doctors run away. When he gets annoyed, the nation gets trouble. But God is giving me a promise that he's going to shatter. I don't know the meaning, but I see what is happening. That God is going to shatter the hair of their family. I think he's like an uncle, though browner than him when he's black. But behind all this evil that God is protecting from this land. Leaders are choices of God. When you pray for them, looking at their appearance in public, a nation falls into trouble that it cannot stand for. For a nation like Ghana to live another 30 years without the Spirit of God being poured upon that land, because of an idol behind the coming president, is danger. This one I raise my hand to silence this idol pillar that is celebrated in their village. It is a highly celebrated shrine attender in their home. This is how rotten this Mahama family is before God. When God gets annoyed, Moses doesn't hide anything. And I look at those who are near the coming leaders in Ghana, and I pray for them using the same measure. Using the what? And I look at this Islamic man, meaning him who will allow terrorists to operate in his nation, and we go for a simple war for like 7 years when we were in war in Ghana, to plant him to rule that nation like Nigeria. Nigeria is still ruled by an Islamist. I don't know him by name, but I know him by acts. People have died during his regime. Surely, with this, people will die when all are aware. But with Mahama, people will die silently by God. It is the choice of God to know where man can fall. If you are David, pray, looking at falling, not in the hands of the enemy, but in the hands of God. And we pray for Mahama to take over the seat. I destroy this evil pillar in their family that has demonstrated that with at least 700 people who will die in his term of 4 years. I cannot pray for this. I cannot pray for this. I only silence the danger. So, meaning Mahama is free from danger. Why? The enemy has been detected. That in their family there is a big shrine that will stop man, that even stops him from talking face to face with any servant of God. It is simple word. Do you want to know why he cannot answer a call of any servant of God? He is under the oath of a shrine in their home, known by all that without that shrine, Nigeria will be saved. Ghana will be saved. I don't know which other nation. Niger will be saved, meaning is linked to the Bermuda Triangle pillars, where Moses must be activated in the spirit to attack from the source, not from the actors of the sources. So I send the wind. God said, while Jesus walked on water, there was wind. Nothing else. There was no fire. There was no earthquake. There was wind that caused God to move and understand the secret that was going to destroy his children. Father, I send your word saying, Bermuda Triangle pillars. None can speak this word in the spirit and eats food at night. Let's see how Moses will eat food. And we see glory manifest in the land. Father, thank you for silencing the aerial pillars that are linked to this Bermuda Triangle. So this is where God said people are destroyed for lack of information. This is free information that Ghana is already sacrificed in the hands of idol powers operating in the Bermuda. Death triangle. Where death is mentioned, you don't call Jesus, who was defeated by death. You call him, who never saw death. You call for Isaac. That said, a ransom. Said what? Looking at the love of this land of Nigeria. This is Nigeria. Looking at the land of Nigeria and save this land from destruction. Nigeria was once a land of prophets. People were being exported from Nigeria. People were being exported from Ghana to go and save other nations. But today you cannot even hold a crusade and it becomes successful. Why? The land was sacrificed by they that operate in high places of the royal palaces. Do you want to know how big the royal palace of Ghana is? Look at how big is the death rate of people in nations. I am saying to those who are spiritual, just for information, that all these days, all these wars you see in western part of Africa are managed by the evil pillar operating in Ghana that declared, oh, Gumayaka, say, oh Lord, you are great. That declared that it killed TB Joshua. Hey, time to go has reached. When TB Joshua was called back, there is a shrine attendant who declared that he is behind his falling. No. At your going, we shall not declare who declared your death, because God has remembered his children. Only the remembrance of God upon any land brings a settled word to stand for all. But see how I said to pray for just a nation that requires one word, saying, my children, fear not. I'm going to give you back my love, and I will allow this Mahama to act for one term, so that you may bring this terror agent. There's a brown man whom all think will win, but will not be declared by those in authority. All think, all know will win, but will not be declared by those who are in authority. May this Mahama be served from the heart of God and be protected from the anger of their spirits. When these spirits are humbled, he will be a good leader. When people stop praying for him, the nation will be in violent winds. Will be in violent winds. In violent winds doesn't mean the ocean will submerge Ghana. No, it means people will be on the streets, as we saw in Venezuela, as we saw in Bangladesh, as we saw in Kenya, as we saw, name them as you know. I silence any uprising after elections in Ghana, after a defeated declaration of results. It is like when you know you are always number one in school, and time comes and they declare that you are the third on the ballot paper. Oh, you will cry, you will. So I see this other brown man becoming even the third person on the ballot paper when they expect him to be the first. This is danger. It will be an evidence that there has been a big rigging. It is like in Uganda, when you are Obedi Bwaneka and you have Bobi Wine against Kaihura, against who? And they say, Obedi Bwaneka. No. Obedi Bwaneka was number 2, Bobi Wine was number 3. People will not believe it. People will not believe it. Even if it is true, people will not believe it. So I'm praying. Not looking at Uganda because it has not secured yet. It has not yet a chance to go for elections. It has not yet said. This has not yet been secured. Those who are praying for elections pray that God may allow it only. Don't pray for elections. They are not yet secure in the spirit, says Moses. In Uganda. So if you are praying for peace in Uganda, pray that elections be secured to happen in the land. Only that. Otherwise, what is on table, wars and coup d'etats are still reading. Are still reading? Are still reading? I don't know this sign. Are still reading? Read today that are leaders today. Father, thank you for this simple message that was headache in the hands of people. We are still praying for Sudan. Don't forget. These are just passers-by in the message of Sudan. Meaning Sudan carries a big threat, greater than what will happen in Nigeria. But why is this message? So I'm praying for Ghana. So I pray for Nigeria. I pray for Nigeria that people may find peace. Meaning they have a leader. Meaning they have God needs protection. So I pray for the president of Nigeria also not find favor of this like the president of Sudan. May the president of Nigeria and the president of Sudan South find favor before God, not face any death before they finish their term. Those who carry a promise of Moses, it is still valid. Celebrate. Those who don't have the promise of Moses, more prayers are required. So I pray for the president of Nigeria to find peace in his land again. Find peace in his land again. Find peace in his land again. I have not mentioned of the wife of the president of Nigeria because she said his going is not a big issue. So how can you pray for such a person who when you are a husband and he says the going of my husband is not a big issue to me? What do you pray for? So I pray for unity in Nigeria. I pray for what? For unity in Nigeria, that people may love again their children, their relatives, their friends, and their husbands in particular. Their husbands in particular. So that we may not find death of a leader from the hands of the wife. Father, thank you for making it clear that the falling of the president of Nigeria will be from the hands of the wife, not from the military. Father, thank you for making it clear. So that those who know which wife has a problem, I don't know if he has many or more than 10, but him who is still feeding him food needs to be protected always. May the president of Nigeria not take this message to be simple, because they have tried terror assassinations upon his life without success. They want to use people who feed him. So I pray for food poisoning in the family of the president of Nigeria. Without that, we shall hear him that he has received a problem of the throat. And all prophets in that land will say we had this problem, but we never knew the meaning. This is the meaning. If you had the problem of the throat, know that God was alerting you that this leader is yet to fall for the problem of food poisoning of the throat, of poison of the throat. They know how they classify them. There are those who have poison of the eyes, like those people in Uganda here. They know how they operate it. There are those who have poison of anus. There are those who know how, like Tumukundi. There are those who have information of how they can poison your stomach, like Museveni. He has this problem. People pray for him of the stomach poison. There are those, meaning food poisoning, already our president of Uganda. There are those who have, but it's not a big issue. Everyone should not worry. Everyone should not. Who should worry? The son. Everyone I'm still holding the throat. Everyone I'm still holding what? So that he may not fall a victim of water poisoning in his life. Water is life. Meaning it will be this if it is successful. So I pray for the chief of the first son not to agree on this bribe I'm seeing in his pocket. There is a big man who is in charge of the food of the first son. If they love their life, chase this man. Simple. If he's your friend, eat. Food of friends are destructive at a time of need. It is only your friend who can destroy you. Nothing else. The reason I'm praying for this man is one eye in that kitchen of the son of the president to always watch over the food of the first son, so that we may not find days of the son when the president is already having a problem